Hey guys, many Christians have told me that it's very difficult for them to share their faith with unbelievers because they have no idea how to start the conversation. They have no idea what to say. And I have found out that in my own personal life, the easiest way to begin a conversation with an unbeliever is with a tract, a simple tract. And what happened last night proved that very fact. I was on break from work and I decided to go to 7-Eleven to get some coffee. And when I pulled up, there was a woman at the front door begging for money, and I didn't think I had no change on me, but I had several tracts in my car. And I took one out and I gave it to her, and I went inside. And when I was paying for my coffee, I looked outside, and she was still reading the tract. So when I went outside, I struck up a conversation with her, and we really began talking for about 10 minutes or so. And she gave me her testimony. She told me that she was a prostitute and that she was on drugs and that it was very difficult for her to stop and that she had to clean up her life before she came to Jesus. And I told her that she could not clean up her life before she came to Jesus. She had to come just as she was. She just had to come to the foot of the cross in humility and believing that she was a sinner, believe that Jesus Christ died for her, that he was buried, that he rose again from the grave the third day for her justification. And if she believed that in simple faith, the Bible says that she would be saved. And, again, we had a very, very good conversation. Speaking to her, it did seem as if she had some kind of church upbringing. And, she told me that one of the very first scriptures she memorized when she was a child was John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. And so she told me that she knew that she was a sinner, and but again, it was very difficult for her to stop. And I just encouraged her. I said, listen, if you feel the Lord tugging at your heart, go to the foot of the cross in humility and cry out, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. God, save me. God, I believe that Jesus died on the cross for me, that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day. And I told her if she just did that in simple faith, truly believing that, she would be saved. And I gave her some hope because I also shared my testimony with her. I told her that once upon a time I was hooked on pornography. I was going to strip clubs every night. I was sleeping with prostitutes, all of that. And I had to go to the foot of the cross myself and just cry out, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. And when I believed that Jesus died on the cross for me, that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day, I was saved. I was miraculously saved. And the Lord took all of that garbage out of my life. Okay, he's the one who cleaned me up. I didn't clean myself up. And so she seemed that she had a lot of hope when I told her that, because I told her, if the Lord could clean me up, a filthy wretch, he can clean anybody up, all right? And so again, it did seem as if she had a lot of hope, and she really thanked me for speaking to her, for giving her the tract, and then she walked away. And all of that came about just because of a tract, just because I gave her a simple tract. And so, I've been praying for her since, and I just pray that she would come to the foot of the cross and that she would be saved. But I encourage you, go to a Christian bookstore, get some tracts, or, you can buy some tracts online. And when you see someone who you want to share your faith with, just give them a tract, and you wouldn't believe the conversation that should come from that, or that could come from that. So I just encourage you, get yourself some tracts and just be prepared at all times to give them out, and the Lord will use it. All right, the Lord will use tracts to bring people to the foot of the cross in humility and get them saved. All right, so that's my advice, and God bless you. Take care.